The first stop for runners participating in the Ooty Ultra is the Bib Collection Centre. The organisers generally expect the bibs, t-shirt and goodie bags to be collected a day before the run. We arrived on time after an enjoyable car journey from Bangalore. The excitement at the Bib Collection Centre was palpable, and you could see runners in a cheerful mood and some catching up with fellow runners after a long time. The Ooty Ultra Bib Collection Centre was at the Hotel Tamil Nadu. The bib collection process was well organised and we got our bags without any hassle. We had to sign a waiver of responsibility form, which puts the responsibility of your well-being entirely on you. Just as in life, we are responsible for all our omissions and commissions, so also in an ultra-marathon you are responsible for your well-being. It is always better to run an ultra-marathon after proper training period. Never run without preparation. Preparation helps us to overcome obstacles in the run as well as in life. After collecting our bags, we went to the famous Moody Chocolate Centre of Ooty, established in 1951. It is a landmark in Ooty and tourists make it a point to visit the centre.
Elevation from here starts. This is a flat course. You can see this part. Okay, so this is the flat course and then the climb. So from about 4 kilometers to all the way up to 10.5 kilometers, you're going to climb, right? So this is about 2,635 meters. Godabeda Peak, it's an iconic spot in Tamil Nadu. This is the South India. This is the second highest peak. And then you're going to take a U-turn, go down 60k. You're going to continue to go down, 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 up to here. It's all down. So if you say 60, it's all down. And then from here there is a climb starts. You come to this around 28.5 kilometers. And then you need to continue to run to this place called Dumanati. 60 kilometers, you take a U-turn and then go all the way back to this junction. It's called the Kendurai Marudakambai junction. And then from there you take another route. This is a little winding route. From here to here is a big climb. Again, that's a climb. That's 60 kilometers. Okay. That's 60 kilometers. Yeah, that's 60.
As we lined up for the start of the ultra marathon, we were all excited and cheerful. The adrenaline was surging and we took last-minute photos and wished fellow runners the best of luck. As I was lining up for the start, my awareness could not stop itself from going to my thoughts. I was thinking, why was I trying to run the 60-kilometer run, a test of endurance at this stage of my life? My philosophy of running was always to enjoy the run. I liked the solitude and the time with myself. I got wonderful ideas while running and would put it to practice. I ran well within myself and did not push myself beyond a particular point, even though I felt I could run harder. I enjoyed running alone rather than with a group. I did not want to get into another rat race. I felt I would lose the enjoyment and fun of the process. Was running the 60-kilometer an attempt by me to put myself outside the zone of comfort and fan my ego after conquering it? Or was I trying to explore the deep recesses of my mind and see how I cope with physical challenges? I would like to believe the latter is true. For me, an ultramarathon was an analogy of life. You're going to get easy, flat land to run, uphills and downhills, as in life we would get easy periods, difficult periods and periods of success. Our reaction to the events is the one that differentiates one person from another. With these thoughts in mind, I braved the starting point and crossed it at 6 a.m. My muscles had warmed up after my warm-up exercises. The 3 types of muscles in the body, the skeletal muscles, The cardiac muscles and smooth muscles seemed fine. The skeleton muscle would be the muscles runners mainly rely upon. They are the most abundant muscles in the body, located superficially and found attached to the skeleton, helping in running, heat production, body support and posture. For serious runners who want to understand the biology of running, kindly watch the video released along with this video.
The weather is awesome, guys. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
This 4 kilometers around 30 minutes starting off the Doddabetta climb. People have started to walk, jog the first 4 kilometers, no stop, and some electrolytes to drink, and off walking. Need to focus on walking. Next 10 kilometers uphill.
My pace slowed down drastically as the ascent continued. I fell back upon my practice sessions of brisk walking up an ascent. I constantly looked at my watch to see if I was making good progress. At times, I took more time than anticipated. My heart sank at times as the going got tough. My mind went back to the cutoff time of 10.5 hours and the thought of a DNF. I then tried not to get ahead of time and focused on the present. My memory went back to the techniques I taught my patients to be in the present. See two things, hear two things, feel two things, I told myself repeatedly. I then moved my awareness to enjoy the scenic beauty of Ooty, a sight for sore eyes. I heard every thump of my heavy footsteps and shook myself from the negative thoughts. Life too will throw a curveball at you from time to time. During these times, we will be tested. The trick is to persist working on the issues, seeking help if needed, and avoid doing things which would add to the problems. When having goals in life, I remember this simple mantra. Do things which will take you towards your goal and avoid things which will take you away from it. I focused on every step as it took me towards my goal. At times, the mere belief that you will be able to reach a comfortable phase in life or a downhill would help you reach your destination. The Ooty Ultra 2 had its downhill and I had reached it. At the peak of Doddabetta, the scene looked beautiful as the mist floated around, enhancing the beauty of nature's creation. The cool breeze relaxed me and I felt re-energized. The mist was similar to my foggy mind at that time. It was mixed with a sense of accomplishment of conquering the uphill, but with a tinge of disappointment of having taken about 15 minutes more time than anticipated. The downhill awaited and a new challenge was in front of me. It is important to understand the science behind refueling strategies of running. Our food intake comprises of three main components: carbohydrates, fats and proteins, and also macronutrients. This food, taken in various proportions, fuel your body and run at various stages. Think of the body like a hybrid engine, which can utilize various foods to produce energy or ATP. It can use all three types of food to produce energy, but by different processes. Carbohydrates provide 4 kilocalories per gram energy. They give quick energy. They're generally used from the start to the mid part of the race, and they provide speed and intensity. Fats provide 9 kilocalories per gram. They provide slow sustained energy, generally used from the mid to the end of the race, and it provides endurance. Proteins provides 4 kilocalories per gram. It helps in repair and as a backup energy. It is used in the late stage of the race and prevents breakdown of muscles. The electrolytes generally do not provide any calories. They help in muscle functioning and nerve functioning, and they are usually provided throughout the race, and this prevents cramps. Generally, at the start of the race, carbs are provided, which is got from bananas and dates. The body is generally feeling fresh and energetic. At the mid part of the race, carbs and fat fuel your run. It is provided by idli, potatoes and peanuts. During that time, there is slight fatigue. In the late phase of the race, the fuel is mainly fat and some proteins. Peanuts, chickpeas and ORS will provide you with the required energy. The body at that time is feeling very heavy and slow. Throughout the race, it is a must to take electrolytes like ORS and lemon water. This prevents cramps. With this knowledge, let us now catch up with the Ooty Ultra and see what is happening.
19 kilometers, this is the view. I have one runner in front of me. 30 has divided. 30 runners have moved a different direction. 50, 60, 75 in the same. Here, it's going to be a lonely run.
The downhill is not as easy as people think. You're using a different group of muscles to the one used while climbing. And downhills are known for falls and injuries. You have to judge a speed at which you will feel comfortable. I, however, motored down to catch up on time. Life too at times seems easy like an escalator, and everything you do seems to work. During such times, a sense of invincibility can creep in and your ego balloons. Mind can get distracted from goals and wander into dangerous areas. The person who has a good temperament and takes the good with the bad stoically is the one who endures and reaches the goal. Life has many such examples. One that comes to mind is of Sachin Tendulkar and Vinod Kambli.
After 30, now you give you a big load down. You can't run because you're using another group of muscles. You start cramping.
At the 30-kilometer mark, I was tired and my glycogen was completely depleted. It is usually at this point a person hits the dreaded wall, the curse of all ultra runners. My mind went back to the thoughts about the wall. It is from here the body stops and the mind begins to take over. I started to feel pain in my quadriceps and hamstrings. I kept telling myself, endure it, it will ease out after some time. I used cognitive restructuring techniques to trick my brain. I kept repeating, pain is temporary, it will go, endure. I focused on the solution and gulped down a gel packet I had. I walked for a short distance, took in electrolytes and tried to focus on the next few steps rather than the pain and fatigue. This worked, and I moved forward to finish the intermediate cutoff point well within time.
Finished 42 in 6 hours 44 minutes. It's tiring. I got off to the cutoff at 38 kilometers in 6 hours 2 minutes. So I completed the cutoff and they are allowing me now to run the full 60. So I reached 42 at 6 hours 44. Let's keep going. The view continues. We're actually making a loop coming back.
At the 42 kilometer, I was tired but mind was strong and I willed my way forward. From here on, it was a relentless uphill to the finish, testing your willpower.
Here's going the last few kilometers. My watch shows 50.35. But they say it is another 7 kilometers. You can see this is the view. Tired, very tired, sure mental. It's, every step is painful. Still have another 2 hours to go. 8 hours 33 minutes on the road. Another 2 hours more. Very, very tiring. Yep. Just breaks you. But you have to use your strength, mind strength. All the practice you've done to try and see if you can push that little harder. From within you have to get resources to battle it. Difficult to even think, let alone talk. Anyway, enjoy the view.
At the 53 kilometers, I was very tired. My body ached all over, and for the first time realized that the body had more than 600 skeletal muscles, and by God, all were aching. I kept repeating, mind over matter, and walked on. I felt the cramps and at times walked backwards to ease the pain.
Almost completed. I have a few 500 to 800 meters to complete. Still have around 23 minutes. The last few was torturous. I'm jogging very slowly now. Full cramps, quads, hamstrings, metatarsal, muscles of the feet, all paining. He made us climb the last 13 kilometers. No respite. Okay, last 200 meters. Come to the tea park. Finally. Last 200 meters.
500 meters.
They written 200.
As I neared the last 100 meters, every cell in my body willed me on. One step at a time, I moved forward.
We have the finish in sight, but you have to work that much more harder. As the last one also is steep and up. Yeah. Thank you.
Did you cross the finish line?
No.
Come on, come on.
Run Final lap. We got a red carpet welcome. Excuse me. 60 kilometers. Thank you.
After the run, I received help from the physiotherapist who stretched my leg muscles and eased the pain. As I walked away with a sense of achievement of having completed within the cutoff, my official timing being 10 hours 17 minutes 28 seconds, my mind was telling me never again. I however realized that this has happened numerous times in the past. After every ultra, my mind and body says no more, only to trick me into another run after the pain and fatigue subsides. Okay, it is little over 36 hours since the Ooty run, that which I ran around 60 kilometers. We ran on Sunday and today is Tuesday morning. So what has been happening in the last 36 hours? On the day of the run in the night, my sleep was very disturbed. I had body ache all over, right from my chest area, my back and my legs. On Monday, we traveled from Ooty to Bangalore, sitting in a car which had reasonably good leg space. That's an XUV 500. And on Monday night, my sleep was again disturbed. Today is Tuesday morning. So what is happening? The pain on my upper body has reduced drastically, but the pain in my quadriceps and my hamstring continues. So I'm finding it very difficult to walk upper stairs or go down the stairs. So ascending and descending is a little difficult. I'm walking very gingerly. But when I'm walking on plain surfaces, I'm a little comfortable, but I'm still walking a little slow. So what I did was I've been taking proteins after the run in order to help the healing process. What made you actually start the free runner group?
Actually, I was earlier running with a group called Booker, where everybody runs around 20 kilometers each Saturday at a pace of 6 minutes. So I was unable to keep up. So I started a slower group called Free Runners with one Ashok Ashra. But the best or worst part is that Free Runners become too fast for me now. I am now completed 74, running 75. My health, I have been running on and off since I am 20 years of age. Been fond of outdoor activities. During 2008, to be precise, on 15th September, I had an heart attack. It's very closely followed by my earlier half marathon in Chennai on 31st August. Within a week or so, maybe due to my running, I recovered, joined back to duty, and I didn't feel much of a handicap of the heart attack, even though I now consider, keep in my mind that I have a damaged heart in my activities. Ooty was a place everybody should run for the sheer scenic beauty and for the elevation that challenges the best in you. I regret that I was only ready for a 30k. Maybe I would have done 50 if we had a better preparation. But even 30 was totally enjoyable. That's a very difficult to answer. Everybody has a reason. For me, that gives a mental peace, sense of achievement. The day goes smoothly. I perform better after a minimum 10k run. My mental equilibrium, that when I was in service, I'm less reactive to the bosses and the juniors. I'm more objective with them. The same thing goes on today. If after the run I go home, if anything to be done, I do it better.
So your philosophy is also push your body to the maximum, is it?
I would say that because I do not believe in completing a distance. The marathon named after a person who pushed his body to his limits. So I do not recommend that anybody should go to that level, but yes, you should do your best while trying to run.
Thank you.
Not just stroll at 10 minutes a kilometer like that. You should do better than what is expected of you.
Thank you, sir. You have been a motivation for this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I am Rohit Maya. I run a training institute called Elite Mentors. So I've been running the past few years now. So what has happened in the last 1 year? I can tell you today was my 461st consecutive half marathon. Yes, at least 21.1 or more than that. And a couple of days I've run one full marathon in between. And Ooty 60k ultra in between. Well, it is my first time in Ooty, my first ever 60k, and perhaps my first ever such elevation gain of more than 1,800 meters. So it was uncharted territory for me. And yeah, and the silver lining is I got my first ever podium in the Ooty Ultra 60k. 6 hours, 43 minutes, 14 seconds officially.
Right. So why do you run? What's your motivation and philosophy of running?
Okay, when I started running during COVID, I put on so much of weight. And I thought, let me start running at least, and I could not even run properly. I was like 90 plus, 90 odd kgs. So I thought running is the best way to at least start losing myself. And I mean, I've been running even otherwise, but a lot of these ankle injuries and back injuries had suppressed my running for a long time. So I joined the free runners group that made me a regular runner. And yeah, the goal is to stay fit and mainly to lose weight. Thankfully, I've achieved those objectives, both staying fit and losing weight. See, one of the best, walking, running is the simplest way to exercise, stay fit or lose weight. You just have to invest in a couple of running shoes. You don't have to run there. I mean, I'm not a bad example for running. You just have to run 3 to 4 days a week and maybe 3 to 10 kilometers a day. That's more than enough. As you feel comfortable, you can vary your pace, you can vary your distances. I will run as long as I humanly can. It will come to an end one day, and I'm looking forward to it. But till then, we'll see how long it goes.
So I've got another free runner with me here. His name is Gopi. He's the only runner in our group who has done the Kardungla. So can you just tell me how was your experience running the Kardungla?
Kardungla experience has been very, very stunning. Of course, during the 9th kilometer, I had a AMS. So post that, it was a struggle for me, but I had in mind because the training was really good. I managed to complete the challenge within the cutoff time, hence qualified for the SRU, and the practice is going on for the SRU as well now. Actually, the running is a kind of meditation for me. I initially I was not a runner basically. Started with about 100 meters of running pre-COVID. So then thereafter, started enjoying. Then found this group called Free Runners. Prior to that, I had done a couple of bigger runs, but it was not actually for any kind of I didn't know what was running basically. Then started off, then realized you get that internal peace. I've been all through a solo runner. So when I run, I see life, I talk to myself. So that's how I've started enjoying running. Then I found myself that probably I can push myself a little more than a half marathon to a full marathon, then an ultra, then Kartungla. Again, there is an interesting story there. I went to Ladakh to do the full marathon. Then I was qualified to do the Kartungla. Kartungla I finished and doing the SRU. Hopefully with this streak, probably then try to reduce the long runs because it takes a lot of time. Though I enjoy it, but I need to give a balance between the family and running as well. Ooty Ultra has not been new to me. Last year I did the 60k Ooty Ultra. Basically that was a practice run for Kartungla. I love the elevation here at Ooty, and that really helped me during the Kartungla run. That is the reason I participated this year in the 75 kilometer race. Again, I am participating in SRU this year, so it was a kind of practice run for me. Just enjoy running. Basically running, don't have any specific target in mind, any distance or time. Just start enjoying, see how your body responds. Post that, you can decide the distance or the race that you want to choose, whether you want to do a half marathon or full marathon or a fast K, 10K or whatever, or an ultra. So it depends on that, you can choose your races.
I'm feeling great. Yeah, yesterday's run itself was a bit of a difficulty because I wasn't ready for the ultra. But I enjoyed the run. The amazing location in Ooty made it even better. No, I was targeting between 7 and 7:15, but my thighs gave away. I could not run downhill. Yes, my thighs were hurting. I could not walk downhill, whereas uphill was much better. But okay, so I did some research after that. I realized my strengthening is not good enough. So I focused on strengthening moving forward. I was walking. The first 33 was very happy, comfortable and on target, but the rest 27 were just walking. Arrangements could have been a bit better. Okay, so the 8 stations were there at good intervals. There were good food, but the hygiene part could have been better. The transport post the run was a bit of a challenge for us. We had to wait a long time. Last 12 years, so I started in 2014 with a 5K, and here I am running 60K. Yeah, so a couple of things is I enjoy running, right? After every run, post-run, I feel great, right? And it's also a form of meditation for me during the run, right? I focus on, I don't think of anything else except for the running, and it's a meditation for me, and also feel good post-run. So yeah, basically the joy of running, right? So that's what makes me run. So I usually run 3 to 4 days a week, 2 days of strengthening and 1 day of yoga. So if there's an long event like this, Sunday will be really a long run. Tuesdays and Thursdays are shorter, and Saturdays is a bonus So weekdays I run start slightly early, 1 hour runs. Weekends I take my first half of the day. Yeah.